Hello everyone, it's Sabrina here from glimmercraft.blogspot.com. I'm doing this little video presentation as a run-through of a project that we'll be doing at Scrapbook Parade where I teach. And what we're going to be doing in June is we're going to be working on one of the chipboard mini albums that Echo Park has out. This is how it comes packaged in this, and you can see a beautiful sample that they created on the front. But it also tells you on the front that you can go to their website and you can print out these templates to use to cut the paper to fit on the chipboard album that they have. The circular one I thought would be fun and would go more with the feminine papers, which we used from my Mind's Eye Collectable series, the Memorial line. And they're cheerful and feminine and summery, and so I thought the circle would be the better choice of the rectangle and circle choices. And I decided to use this for myself because I wanted to always have a mini album where I could go to and make something where I had more current pictures of my 5 children and their families, so that I wouldn't have to go to separate albums to look at. I just wanted a little something that I could see them all in one album that was pretty recent. There's a couple of photos in here that are actually 2 years old, but that's okay. So this circular mini album is made with layers of chipboard, so each page is quite thick and it's gray. So what I did is I took my white acrylic dabber and I dabbed the edges and went in a little bit on each side so that if the paper didn't quite match up to the end, that there wouldn't be gray chipboard showing. So this is what it turned out to be like, and I tied some old lace that we got at a sale somewhere, and then the celery twill and the lightweight cotton, I think it's cotton, it's May Art, it's a polyester, 100% polyester, but it's feels like really thin cotton. The ribbons from May Arts, and they kind of complement the colors. And I used a lot of punches and circles, circle punches and circle dies, and an oval die. The 2 different size hearts and circle punches. And then I used, for the larger circles throughout, I used margarine lid or something like that, and the spellbinders for the smaller circle, and then the spellbinder oval. This stamp that says Family Treasure Life's Memories is from Inkadinkadoo. And I took a Micron archival ink pen, which is, this one is the brown sepia, which is a dark brown. And the black looked too black, and the white didn't show up on some of the lighter pages, so I opted to go with the brown. And I did that around all the circles and the hearts. Now the interactive part is that there's these pullouts, and since I created the front as a cover, I didn't want to have a photo here, so I wrote a little something like an introduction and expressing my feelings about my family. So then as we open it up, you can see I used 4x6 photos throughout the entire thing. I'm normally always cropping my photos down a lot and making them different sizes. I prefer going closer to square than having traditional 6x4 or 5x3s or whatever. So I kept it simple and left it at 4x6s for this particular one because it just seemed to fill out the page nicely, and then I didn't have to go and get a whole bunch of pictures. And another thing I wanted to share with you that I did is with the paper that was left over from cutting out the page circles, I used that to mat library cards as my journaling cards. You can Google library cards, and there are a lot of different sites where you can go and order these. They come in boxes of 500, which sounds like an awful lot, but they're a handy little thing to have because you can use them in scrapbooking, you can use them as journaling cards, you can use them in card making, you can use them to make little mini albums with. gift cards, a whole bunch of little different things that you can use those library cards for. They come in 4 different colors. There's pink, and there's sort of a golden yellow, a blue, and then the white. So as I said, I matted them all, and I took 2 circle punches and pieces and put them on, and then stuck a heart on the front of it so there was something to grab on to when pulling them out. So then in this pull-out, of course, it would have to be a horizontal or a landscape photograph if you didn't want to turn your book around. I do have one where we do have to turn it because I just couldn't find a landscape version to fit in there. So there we go. That's my oldest daughter and her 3 daughters. I mean her 3 children. And then there's my oldest son's wife and his 2 girls. Again, a tag, hearts and circles, and the pull-out. And you can see on this one is the one I told you that I couldn't find. So that's my son and his 2 girls. I have to do it that way, but it still works. You just have to turn the album a bit. And then I have my next daughter. I couldn't find a current picture of her and her husband, so I just stuck their children here. My newest grandchild, Wyatt, and Claire, beautiful Claire. And then next comes my youngest son and his girlfriend, Lacey. And again, there's the journaling cards stuck in there behind the photos. And here's the pull-out. It's hard to pull these out when you're upside down. And then my last one is my youngest daughter. She's single, so there's just photos of her. And again, I made this photo square because it was a landscape image, a photo that would not fit on lengthways, so I cropped it into a square and I did the tag this way. And because I have 5 children and there are 3 pages and I didn't use the front as a place for photographs, I use it for a cover, I needed to do something to protect the photograph on the last page. So I took 2 layers of cardstock, traced the circle of the circle page, and glued them together, and continued using the scraps of paper and circles and hearts, so I can stamp something here, write something here, add a little something else if I wanted to. And there's the back, so it protects that photograph on the back page there. So there you have the Echo Park Circular Chipboard Interactive Mini Album, which is quite a mouthful. We're using the lovely My Mind's Eye collectible memorable papers, and I had a lot of fun making it, and I think everybody else would enjoy making something like this too. If you were very well, let's say if you have lots of time, you could make your own pull-out like that with chipboard, layers of chipboard, instead of buying one. But it's so much easier to buy the Echo Park one. And they have the circular one and the rectangular one. So have a lot of fun, and I hope that our class, when we do this, that this will be helpful to you in putting yours together, and especially for those that may want to buy a kit and end up not being able to take the class. So thank you so much for joining me, and hope you have a great day. Bye for now.